Cut the excuses. That's today's topic. No hesitation, straight into it. If you're living in a first world country, in the West, most of the West, northern West at least, Europe, most of Europe, most of Eastern Asia, even Australia, for example. If you're living in any sort of region like this that has access to all these amenities like the gym, books, the internet, housing, food, supermarkets, all of these amenities that are so easy to us to get to, and this video is definitely for you. The reason why I brought up the amenities point, and if you're living in a first world country, is we have access to all of these things, all of these different locations, different items, different sources of information which we can use to our advantage, to learn more, to be better as a human on this earth, to do anything we want. And it's such a waste when we make these excuses internally and not use our full self to our own advantage, not for anyone else, for you. Like, do it for you, do it for your future self. Your past self doesn't matter, you can't change that. But your current and future self can be affected by right now and what you're doing. So make sure your present self really is pushing yourself, because your future self will thank you. So if you have all these amenities around you, make use of them. You have the internet, you have a phone, make the most of it. You can do whatever you want from this phone. You have the internet at your hands. You have endless amounts of information, billions and billions and billions of data on your phone. At a click of a button, you can access. So why are we not making the most of it? I'm aiming for this to motivate people into stop making the excuses they have with themselves. If you set yourself a deadline, stick to it. If you set yourself a goal, go for it. If you set yourself an easy task for the day, do it. Stop making these excuses of trying to come up with reasons why you shouldn't do it. Think of reasons why you should. Revert back to your why and remember, you only get this day once. Go again. Keep making use of each day to the most that you can. Yes, it's not healthy or possible to always be achieving something, but at least strive to achieve something. The key word is obviously striving there, where if you're striving every day and to achieve more, to achieve something new, the chances are you have a high probability of doing something new, doing that task you wanted to do, without all these excuses. You say you want to go to the gym, but you're not going to the gym. Why are you not going to the gym? Because you're lazy. Same for me. Sometimes I don't go to the gym because I'm lazy. I'm not feeling it. But those are the days, those days when you're not feeling it and feeling down or out of it. Those are the days where you can see the most amount of growth, because you're uncomfortable. When you're in this comfortable bubble, what's happening? You're comfortable. Nothing's changing. You're not pushing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. None of this is really happening when you're very comfortable and not doing anything. Push yourself and push these boundaries that you have set yourself and that your mind has set as well. Once these boundaries are broken, you'll start to see or feel more triumph. You'll feel like you've achieved more. It's always the simple things, even just going to the gym for 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes, right? As obvious as it sounds, most of us don't get that in our heads. Our brains are tricked into not thinking that. You have to push through that initial stage of blockage to get to the gym. And once you're at the gym, there you go. Like I said, I always do talk about the gym quite a lot because I think it's a really good example to use for health. There's obviously plenty of other examples you can use, not to do with health, just learning new skills like learning instruments or like learning a language or writing a book, reading a story, any of these things, or even things to do with your job like coding or learning new skills within that job, that career. These are all things that you may not be feeling right now, but you want to achieve. Then why are you making excuses to not do it? It's very backwards in our heads how it works. And I think it's important to understand and be real with yourself. Just be real. Why are you not doing this? And flip it around, be why you should be doing this. Because you only get this exact day once. Don't waste it. Especially if you're feeling on a high, if you're feeling like you're on a good wavelength, ride that wavelength. Do as much as you can on that wavelength. Because life really does come in ebbs and flows. And when that downhill comes, because it will come, that's when you will probably have to ease off the pedal. There's going to be times where you're not feeling it at all. Something happened in life. Touch wood, nothing happens, but something negative happens in your life. And, life will take a little decline. But remember, that doesn't last forever either. That goes back up and down. So it's just important to remember when you're on these ebbs and flows to make the most of the highs when you're going up. But also, don't be too damaging on yourself when you are riding down the low. Just recognize where you are in life right now and stop the excuses. Especially if you're on that high. keep pushing yourself and keep going. I'm going to leave you with a quote, as always, by Duncan. If you're going to quit anything, quit being lazy, quit making excuses, and quit waiting for the right time.